The spread of Greek culture and language, often referred to as Hellenization, was one of the most significant cultural phenomena of the ancient world. It began during the conquests of Alexander the Great, 356 to 323 BCE, and continued well into the Roman Empire. Greek ideas, language, art, architecture, and philosophy spread far beyond the borders of Greece, influencing societies from Egypt to India and later providing a foundation for Western civilization. This essay explores the origins, mechanisms, and consequences of this profound cultural diffusion. Origins of Greek cultural expansion. Greek culture's expansion can be traced back to the classical era, 5th to 4th century BCE. During this period, city-states like Athens, Sparta, and Corinth became centers of artistic, intellectual, and political innovation. The Greeks developed philosophies that questioned the nature of existence, ethics, and governance, with thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle laying the groundwork for Western philosophy. However, it was the military campaigns of Alexander the Great that truly initiated the spread of Greek culture and language on a grand scale. Born in Macedonia, Alexander was tutored by Aristotle, instilling in him a deep appreciation for Greek culture. When he embarked on his conquests, beginning in 334 BCE, Alexander sought not only to subjugate, but also to culturally integrate the territories he conquered. By the time of his death in 323 BCE, Alexander's empire spanned from Greece to Egypt, Persia, and parts of India, encompassing a diverse array of cultures. Mechanisms of Hellenization. The spread of Greek culture and language during and after Alexander's conquests occurred through various mechanisms. 1. Founding of cities. Alexander founded or renamed numerous cities during his campaigns, the most famous being Alexandria in Egypt. These cities were modeled on Greek polis and became hubs of Greek culture, featuring theaters, gymnasia, temples, and marketplaces. They served as focal points where Greek settlers and local populations mingled. 2. Language as a unifier. Greek, particularly the Koine dialect, became the lingua franca of Alexander's empire and subsequent Hellenistic kingdoms. The use of a common language facilitated trade, administration, and cultural exchange. Greek became the language of diplomacy, science, and literature, remaining influential even during the Roman Empire. 3. Education and philosophy. Greek schools, known as gymnasia, were established in cities across the Hellenistic world, spreading Greek values, language, and intellectual traditions. Philosophical schools like the Academy and Lyceum attracted students from all over the Mediterranean, further disseminating Greek thought. 4. Cultural fusion. Alexander actively encouraged cultural fusion, promoting intermarriage between Greeks and locals and adopting aspects of Persian and Egyptian customs. This blending created a unique Hellenistic culture that incorporated elements of various traditions while maintaining a Greek foundation. 5. Art and architecture. Greek art and architecture were highly influential. The construction of temples, statues, and public buildings in the Greek style became a symbol of prestige across the Hellenistic world. The spread of these artistic traditions reinforced the perception of Greek culture as sophisticated and desirable. Hellenistic kingdoms and Greek influence. After Alexander's death, his empire fragmented into several Hellenistic kingdoms, including the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt, the Seleucid Empire in Persia and Mesopotamia, and the Antigonid dynasty in Macedonia. These kingdoms played a crucial role in perpetuating Greek culture. 1. Ptolemaic Egypt. Under the Ptolemies, Alexandria became a center of learning and culture, housing the Great Library and the Mouseion. Greek intellectuals and scientists like Euclid and Archimedes thrived in this environment, contributing to advances in mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. 2. Seleucid Empire. The Seleucids facilitated cultural exchange along the Silk Road, introducing Greek art, science, and language to Central Asia and India. Cities like Antioch became melting pots of Greek and local traditions. 3. Greco-Bactrian and Indo-Greek kingdoms. In regions like Bactria, modern-day Afghanistan, and northern India, Greek influence persisted for centuries. The fusion of Greek and Indian culture gave rise to unique forms of art and architecture, such as the Gandhara style, which blended Greek realism with Buddhist themes. Greek culture in the Roman world. The Roman conquest of Greece in the 2nd century BCE marked the beginning of a new phase in the spread of Greek culture. While Rome politically dominated Greece, the Romans admired and adopted many aspects of Greek civilization, including its art, literature, and philosophy. The phrase, Graecia capta ferum victorem cepit, captive Greece took captive her fierce conqueror, reflects this dynamic. 1. Language and literature. Greek remained the primary language of the Eastern Mediterranean and was widely studied by Roman elites. Roman authors like Cicero and Virgil drew heavily on Greek literary traditions, and Greek texts became the foundation of Roman education. 2. Art and architecture. Roman architecture incorporated Greek styles, such as the use of columns and pediments, while Greek sculptures adorned Roman villas and public spaces. The influence of Greek art persisted throughout the Roman Empire and beyond. 3. Philosophy and science. Greek philosophical schools like Stoicism and Epicureanism gained popularity in Rome, influencing Roman thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. Greek scientific works, particularly those of Ptolemy and Galen, remained authoritative for centuries. Impact on the modern world. The spread of Greek culture and language has had a lasting impact on world history. 1. Intellectual legacy. Greek philosophy, science, and literature laid the foundation for Western thought. The rediscovery of Greek texts during the Renaissance fueled advances in art, science, and humanism. 2. Art and architecture. Greek-inspired art and architecture continue to influence modern design, from neoclassical buildings to sculptures. 3. Language and literature. The Greek language has contributed significantly to English and other modern languages, particularly in fields like medicine, science, and philosophy. Terms like democracy, philosophy, and biology have Greek origins. 4. Global spread of ideas. Greek ideals of democracy, citizenship, and individualism have shaped political systems and cultural values around the world. Challenges and criticisms. While the spread of Greek culture brought innovation and exchange, it also involved the imposition of Greek values on diverse populations. Critics argue that Hellenization often marginalized local traditions and languages, particularly in regions where Greek settlers held privileged positions. Additionally, the emphasis on Greek superiority contributed to cultural hierarchies that persisted in subsequent empires. The spread of Greek culture and language was a transformative process that reshaped the ancient world and left an indelible mark on human history. Through conquest, trade, education, and art, Greek ideas reached far beyond their origins, fostering cultural exchange and laying the groundwork for many aspects of modern civilization. While the process of Hellenization was complex and sometimes contentious, its legacy continues to inspire and influence societies worldwide.